Hey guys, welcome back to the Smoky Oak Barbecue Company. Today we're doing venison shank barbecue. Yep, I said that right. Venison shank barbecue, made from the shanks, the lower portion of the leg of a deer. Very, very tough piece of meat. It's not all venison shanks. We do cut the shanks out and save this to make this barbecue recipe, but we also add in there, when we process our deer, less desirable cuts. Sometimes that may mean the flanks. Sometimes that may mean just miscellaneous pieces of the neck or the shoulders, or just anything that we can grab off the deer that we don't want to waste, that we're not going to grind or is not going to be included in a better cut of venison. So we will package all that stuff in what we call our barbecue packages. And then what we do is we marinate it in a special marinade that we make up, wrap it in bacon, and slow smoke it for about 6 hours until it is just fall apart tender. And then we put it in a food processor and chop it up with the bacon and all the juices. And it is hard to believe that 6 hours previously, this was venison shanks. This is some of the most tender, best tasting barbecue you have ever had, I promise you. And I'm gonna show you how we do it. That is perfect by my standards. All right, so we're gonna get our venison and start the marinade process. All right, so what we have here is, just like I said, this is venison shanks from the lower part of the leg. There's probably, this could be shanks only, I don't know, but we usually package up shanks and other, less desirable cuts together, because this is our intention. We're going to make this barbecue with those cuts. And you can see right there, that is the lower leg shank. Tough piece of meat, no doubt. But this process of marinating and cooking it really, really slow will break it down and make it as tender as any barbecue you have ever had. Trust me. So I'm going to put it in a smaller container so that when I put my marinade in there, it's going to be tight quarters. We want that marinade all up in that deer meat's business. So we'll just pour that over. Get it nice and curved. Mix that around a little bit to distribute some of the garlic. All right. We'll cover that up. We're going to put it in the fridge. We'll let it go at least 2 hours. I mean, if you could let it go all day, that's even better. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get our fire going. I'm going to cook this on my big offset smoker. I want to keep it low. I don't want to go more than 250. I think 225 is going to be perfect. So, depending on what piece of equipment that you're going to cook this on, big green egg, Weber, kettle, your gas grill, whatever you guys are going to try to cook this on, just keep your heat low at about no more than 250. So for me, that's a little bit of lump charcoal, and I'm going to add about a chimney full to that. And then once it gets going good, then I'll start adding my wood chunks or my sticks of wood in there to get some smoke flavor. Okay, so we've been marinating for about 2 hours, and we are going to get our venison out of the marinade, put it in an aluminum pan, and we're going to get this thing wrapped up so we can get it on the smoker. And then we're going to want to season the venison with a barbecue rub, your favorite barbecue rub. This is my favorite, Smoky Oak Barbecue Company KK's 10 barbecue rub. You can use whatever you like. I like to just give it a really, really good coat on all the cuts, all the pieces of meat. Give it some really good flavor. Flip them over. What we're going to do, we have some thick cut bacon, and we're just going to kind of lay it out in a, not necessarily a weave, but we want a bed of bacon that we can put our venison on and then wrap it up. So we're going to take a few pieces and maybe do 3 or 4 one way, and I'm thinking 4 on the bottom and 3 along the sides maybe. Take our biggest piece, we're going to put it right in the middle. And then we're just going to start to pile this up around that biggest piece. Starting, you know, take your bigger pieces and work your way down till you get into the smaller pieces. And I mean, this is not an exact science. This could, you know, whatever works. The idea is to get this piled up, wrapped up in bacon, and on the smoker. So we'll just start wrapping that bacon around our venison pile, and then we'll toothpick it, hold it together. I'm thinking I need one more piece of bacon right across the middle of the top there, like that. Toothpick that on there, and I'm out of toothpicks. All right, well, that's close enough. So let's give it one more shake of KK's 10 barbecue rub, and let's get this on the fire. Okay, our charcoal is rocking along pretty good, so we're going to put a big piece of split pecan wood in there and close that up. Let that settle in. We'll be ready to get going. Reserve the remainder of our marinade, because throughout the cooking process we'll just kind of dab a little bit on there, maybe brush it on with a mop, or heck, you could just pour it over there just to keep a little moisture and a little flavor. So don't get rid of that. Make sure you keep that. So we have come up to 200 degrees, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on there, because with the amount of charcoal that I have and my pecan wood, you know, starting to get going good, it's going to come on up a little bit, but I think I can keep it between 200 and 250. So we're going to go ahead and get it on there. All right, here we go. We're going to try to ease this thing in there. Very nice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take that marinade that was in that pan, pour that over. And Mr. Deer Roast, we will see you in about 4 hours. All right, guys, we have been smoking for about 3 hours now, and it's looking really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and get prepared to wrap it up in our pan with aluminum foil and apple juice. And this is the last phase that will break it down and make it as tender as it can possibly be. All right, so we're going to carefully remove this off the smoker and into this pan. And then we'll get our apple juice and other flavors poured on top. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove the toothpicks because we don't need that anymore. Get those out of there. And we're going to go ahead and add the remainder of our marinade. And notice I put it in a pretty small pan just so that the roast takes up the entire pan. That's what I want. I want this juice and all this flavor to be all up close and personal. I don't want it spread out. You're not going to get as good a result. So then we're gonna put just a little bit of apple juice in here. Just enough so it kind of fills out the bottom of the pan. We're gonna cover this tightly in aluminum foil. In fact, I'm gonna double wrap it just because we really need this to be sealed off. This apple juice and the marinade is going to continue to steam this meat until it is as tender as it can possibly be. All right, so we've been on the smoker for 6 hours now, and peel it back and see what we got. Wow, look at that. It is tender. You can see the smoke ring in there. Guys, that's how we do it. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I have enjoyed cooking it. The smell of it is just, I've got to make me one of these sandwiches. I cannot hold back any longer. Let's grab us a bun, scoop out some of this incredible barbecue. It's a little warm, that's good. Pile it on there. Got to have a little homemade barbecue sauce. Oh yeah. And you gotta top it off with a pickle. Or two. All right, let's try this sandwich out. Goodness me. That is off the chain. I'm here to tell you. Guys, I hope you like what we're doing on our channel. If you do, please smash that subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Ask us questions, give us suggestions. We'll take it all. We appreciate you being here. God bless you. And as always, we'll see you next time. Got another one of these.